Welcome back. This is our final session. This is Nye County. I'm your host, Dr. Tom Waters, and so glad to have you here. And I have two guests with me. I have Mr. Cles Saunders, and I have Mr. Andy Alberti. And we're going to be talking about moving the county seat. And they have an argument of why we should, and I'll be asking a lot of questions and probably saying, should we? So we need to ask those questions, and we need to have good answers. So I'm going to start off by saying that, initially I was firmly in favor of moving the county seat from Tonopah to Pahrump. And the more I thought about it and the more I listened to my commissioner, Commissioner Shinhoffen, I'm finding arguments for not moving it. So I'm going to ask these gentlemen and I want to welcome them to this show, because I'm so glad that they accepted to come back as guests to talk about this very important issue. So one of the things that Commissioner Shinhoffen says is it's not going to save any money. Gentlemen, what do you say about that?
First of all, Dr. Waters, thank you for having us on the program. But let me go back just a little bit. First of all, I just want to let the people know that this is not an effort to incorporate Pahrump. Okay. This is an effort to bring the county seat to Pahrump, okay? Now, if I look back and I see how Nye County was formed and the county seats was formed, okay, there was 3 moves, okay? First of all, there was Ione, okay? Then there was Belmont, and then it ended up in Tonopah. Well, that happened because of population, and the population happened because of the mining town, okay? When mining...
So you're saying the first 2, the population was there and they moved the county seat there, and then they moved it to Belmont because the population was there, and then the population was in Tonopah.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was Tonopah's argument.
Okay, but that population came about because of mining. Okay, mining, people was looking for silver, people was looking for gold, and when that resources and the ore ran out, they moved the county seat to another populated area. Now, when Tonopah became the county seat, it was about 10,000 people there. Now it's between 1,000 and 3,000 people that's living in Tonopah.
Okay.
Now, my purpose of moving the county seat here is because of the diversity. Because I think that when we have the most population, we can get the better input and output from the community. Now, Pahrump is not a mining town. It's a community of diversity. It's a full community of businesses and things of that nature. So I think they can better, say what the county needs. They can better say how the county can move forward by having the larger population here in Pahrump. That's one of the reasons that, hey, I took on this here task. Also, there was a meeting, a Tonopah Town Board meeting that says, well, there's a possibility of moving, or Tonopah, getting with Esmeralda County to see if they can join them. Okay, so where do that leave us? Where do that leave Pahrump if that happens? Okay?
That's called, you're talking about dividing the county.
Well, we're talking about Tonopah wanting to merge with Esmeralda County.
But that would divide Nye County.
Yes, it will. Yes.
And we're not recommending that at this point.
No. But that was a concern. That was a concern that I had, to leave us high and dry, because our records are there in Tonopah. And that was one of the main concerns people had, okay, about the records. They said it costs a lot of money to move the records here. Well, it don't cost that much money to move the records here. And, that was one of the things that I was facing. The other thing that I was facing, people would say, oh, God, it's just a pride thing for him. Well, yes, it is. That is one of the things for me. It is pride. I'm proud of Pahrump.
And I was going to say that as well, but I want to go back to this other point of the records. Is there a requirement that the records be at the county seat or
Yes.
just within the county?
Yes.
Yeah.
All records need to be stored at the county seat. And if you look at the treasurer, not the treasurer, the comptroller's website, she says that if you want to look at the financial records, you have to do that in Tonopah.
Okay.
Also, the clerk's records, the court records, the recorder records, a lot of it's now on computers so they can access them, but still state law has not been changed. But that's not the only reason. You brought up the question of, do we save any money by moving the county seat down here? Well, the question is, whose money are we going to save? First off, if you move the county seat down here, that means the commissioners don't need to travel to Tonopah once a month. And they have a commissioner that represents their interests in Tonopah and the north end of the county. And that's her job, to communicate to the other commissioners and to the manager what needs to be done for the north end of the county. Mm-hmm. Now, if that commissioner is not doing a good job of that, we have a real problem, but that's kind of where it's at.
However, I don't want to say that, but you know, I guess one of the things that in my open letters that people keep hearing is that the county commissioners are county commissioners, not town commissioners, but county, and they represent the entire county of Nye. So we're talking all five, not just one.
In response to that, each commissioner represents a district. They're elected by the people in that district.
Yes.
And if they are not happy with that commissioner's interests or their actions, they have the right to remove that commissioner. Now, all commissioners make decisions that affect the entire county, but each commissioner is supposed to represent the people who elected them to their office. That's the way we look at it.
Wouldn't it be difficult to make a decision about a part or an area that you don't investigate, or you don't go in and see for yourself what's going on?
Well, I suppose we could rent a bus and send the commissioners throughout the county once a month to see the issues that affect other parts of the county. Because that's the way I would see handling that issue. They can take videos, they can take pictures. The commissioner who represents their district can bring to the meetings the issues that affect their districts. But to rent a bus, there's no cost savings in that.
Okay, so far I have not seen where the commissioners are focused just on their district. It appears that the commissioners are focused on everything that happens within Nye County.
Well, I kind of disagree. I think, okay, Tonopah is a long child. Okay, we have most of our commissioners here in Pahrump. Okay, we don't have the commissioner from Tonopah come down here and find out what's going on here. But we have the commissioners from here going up there to find out what's going up there. And that's why I'm saying there's a long child, and the representation is basically down here. We just, catering to them, so to speak. It's just, that's what it is.
Well,
one of the things that they suggested when they set up the districts the way they have them was that the 4 commissioners in Pahrump would support that commissioner by going to certain areas to help her, because one person cannot cover all that mileage in northern.
Oh, that's
Nye
not
County.
true, because the assembly person who's elected covers a much bigger area. However, I want to take this up to congressional levels.
Okay.
If you're a congressman and you're elected to a district, do you think other congressmen go to that person's district without permission to see what things are happening and to advocate for it? Of course not. When a person is elected to a district, they represent that district. If you want to go to that commissioner's district, call that commissioner up and get permission to go up there and investigate what you think is right or not right. But don't just go there. And I know Dan Shinhofen argued the fact that, I need to go see for firsthand. I need to meet with the people up there. No, you don't. You don't represent that district. Call Lorinda Wickman and ask for permission. Don't just go up there.
Right.
I hadn't looked at it from that point of view. That makes it. That gives an argument for Commissioner Shinhofen to at least respond to that.
Or at least
and I
mind
know
his own
he
business.
watches this show, so he will respond to that. I'm very sure. And I hadn't thought about it that way, because I did look at the fact that the other commissioners were assisting her. But when you look at it from the congressional level, you're absolutely right. And I had not also thought about the fact that NRS requires the records to be kept at the county seat. I thought it was just within the county. So I had not researched it, so I did not know that.
And there's another interesting issue when it comes to money. The county was budgeting $1.2 million a year to keep the jail open up there. I have asked to see how many inmates were in that jail for the past year before they decided to make it a holding facility. Now, I still don't have that information, but I'm assured that I'm going to have it by tomorrow. The point is, that's an 80-bed capacity jail. And the last time we went up there to look at it, we didn't get permission to see it, but we were told there were a couple of people in the jail. Now you got 1.2 million we used to spend. Now we're spending 400,000 in the budget. I'm saying I don't even think we need to have that jail. We can make other arrangements and maybe find some other entity that would lease the jail from the county so it makes money instead of costing us money.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're getting short on time, gentlemen. Is there anything else you'd like to say? I know this, time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. I want to talk about the process, if I can, and how it is so flawed. Right now, to change the county seat, what they're telling us is that we have to have 60% of the people that voted in the last election, plus they have to be property owners on the assessment roll.
And that's by NRS.
That's NRS. That's the NRS.
Yes.
To me, that transcends the Constitution, Nevada Constitution, because you have to either do it on an initiative or a referendum petition. The state Constitution says if you do either one of them, it's either 10% or 15%, not 60%. So what that means to me is that NRS that says that you have to have 60% has taken the rights of the people away. It has taken the right of one man, one vote, plus the fact that they have no consideration of the people that live here, that don't own property but rent here and have been renting here for years.
So what we need to do is get with our assemblyman, our senator, and work on something to make that change.
Yes.
And unfortunately, gentlemen, we're out of time, and I have thoroughly enjoyed having you with us. And I want to say thank you to both of you.
Thank you.
For being here.
Me too? How nice.
And now we look forward to hearing from Congressman, we're looking,
Commissioner of Assembly?
We're looking to hear from Dan Shinhoffen to answer some of your questions. And we want to thank you, and we'll see you next month on the second Tuesday of November, and we'll be back with Nye County at that time.
Thank you.